Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a feeling those highlights will be pretty one-sided, too.
I think you're right, partner. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now Sammy Watkins and the rest of the offense getting set to go again. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run, maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through, you get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches. From the gun, here's Goff. His throw incomplete.
All right, Brandon, instead of breaking down, that last play, I've got to ask, is that time of year? Because don't the fantasy football playoffs start? Aren't we ending the regular season? And if so, how's your year going?
I know, yeah. In the Godden Family Football League, it is starting next week. I'm on a 6-game winning streak. I'm 9-4 going into the playoffs.
Look at you. Are you going to be the number 1 seed?
I'm not. I'm the number 3 seed, but with my win streak and where I'm at, I'm kind of like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers last year, except he's better looking and more successful.
So do you tell everybody to relax, or do you just guarantee victory?
Oh, I just guarantee.
There you go.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Goff. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To throw is Goff. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
This is brought in at the 21. And now running right through it. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And this Redskins offense continues to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. On 1st and 10, Goff. Dumps it off to Gurley. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The final shot before break here. Goff. And he's got room. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry.
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports halftime report. The Rams have really struggled out of the gate here. The Redskins have done a good job taking control of this game, and the scoreboard shows as much. All right, let's roll those highlights. Now 1st and 10, fantastic run blocking here, and he'd go in for the 87-yard touchdown. Redskins with the ball midway through 1 as they jump out in front 6-0. It's going to be a run play here. Redskins now later on the drive. He'd end up picking up 41 yards on this run. They'll go to the ground and pound here, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown. About halfway through the 2nd quarter, lead now goes to 13. They'll go with the run here, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. 1st and 10, they'll go with the run here, and nobody can stop him on this long touchdown. Final moments of the first half. Redskins go up by 27. Broken coverage here on the deep pass.
All right, Larry, indeed a one-sided affair to this point as we get set for half 2.